VJ Mark, may labas kasi pala tayo ng Friends, di ba? Hindi mo natatandaan. Baka sa sobrang busy mo
Oo.
na.
Sige, i-recap mo nga sa akin yan.
Oo. Kasi di ba, syempre, tapos naman na yung school natin,
Oo,
tapos
tama.
yung mga thesis. May alam ka bang pwede nating kainan?
Ah.
Yung syempre, yung tapat lang talaga sa budget. Tsaka syempre yung mura lang.
Play with the ball?
Ay, gusto mo ba, since anong oras na rin naman, hapon na, magagabi na, gusto mo mag-food night market or food bazaar?
Ay, oo. Pwede,
May alam
pwede
ako,
yun.
VJ
Talaga?
Shannon, oo.
Saan ba yan, VJ Mark?
Oh, siguro sa Bridgetown meron, tsaka
Sa may
Antipolo.
Pasig.
Oo, meron.
Okay, oo, alam ko yun.
Gusto mo ba? Try
Yes,
natin?
Try na natin.
Pero mas exciting to kasi mas makikilala natin kung sino mismong may-ari nun.
Ay,
Oo.
talaga ba?
Oo, para alam natin, may recommendation ba siya?
Yes,
Oo.
kung ano yung mga masasarap na pagkain.
Yes!
Tara na, VJ Mark, di na ako makapag-antay.
Oh, sige, VJ Shine, pag-usapan natin yan dito sa
Coffee House Chat Behind the Notes Season 2. Tara na, hayaan na natin.
Oo,
tayo.
sige. Oo, tingnan ko yung oras ngayon. Oh, sige, sakto yan. Hello! Welcome and mabuhay!
I'm your VJ Shannon.
I'm your VJ Mark.
At ito ang
Coffee House Chat Behind the Notes.
Ayan, VJ Mark, di ba sinasabi mo sa akin kanina, meron kang kakilala na pwedeng mag-suggest sa atin ng
Oh,
mga
yes.
pagkain dun sa may Bridgetown.
Tama, pag-uusapan natin yan dito. So, hindi ko na patatagalin. Oo,
Yes.
sa ating mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenya. Let's all welcome Sir RJ Ledesma.
Ayan,
Wow.
hello!
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me here.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
sir.
much po. Kamusta po pala, Mr. RJ?
Okay naman dyan. Ikaw, kumusta ka naman dyan?
Okay naman din po ako. Na-starstruck lang po ako kasi kanina bago tayo magsimula, VJ Mark, di ba napag-usapan nga natin sino yung pwedeng mag-suggest sa atin
Oh,
ng
yes.
pagkain?
Oo, sa mga food
Opo.
night market. Oo.
Oh. Ayan po, so ako po yung nagpapatakbo ng Mercato Central. Ako rin po
Mercato
isa sa
Central.
co-founder ng Mercato Central. Pero bago lahat, parang tataka yung mga nanonood dito
Yes,
kung ba't may
opo.
Royal True
Ano
Orange.
po bang may- opo.
Kung ito, yung Royal True Orange, kung naalala mo yung Royal True Orange at ako sa Royal True Orange, ang ibig sabihin yan, matanda na kayo lahat. Okay? Pero sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, ibig sabihin kayo po ay mga Gen X. Gen Z.
Gen
Yeah, the
Z.
Gen Z.
Oo.
Pero ako rin yung turo sa inyo ng math sa Math Tinik sa ABS-CBN Foundation.
Yes!
2009 to 2016.
Pero sige, bago tayo magpatuloy,
Patay mo na. Cheers mo tayo. Cheers, 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 cheers.
cheers.
Buksan na
Ayan.
yan.
Buksan natin.
Okay. Cheers yan, cheers.
Ayan, cheers.
Ito po yung bumuhay sa akin nung ako po ay binata. Okay, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Maraming salamat sa'yo.
Royal.
Natural pa rin. Ayan.
Yun na,
May vitamin B pa.
Yes.
pero parang gusto ko makita ang live yung onting lines lang ni Mr. RJ dun sa Royal.
Ay, oo.
Pwede niya?
Oo.
Sige,
pa, okay.
close up, close up, close up.
Okay,
Close up,
game.
close up. Yan na.
Okay, game po.
Bye, Filipino. Natural.
Wow!
Ay, okay, ulit po.
Isa pa.
1, 2, 3, go!
Bye, Filipino. Natural.
Nice.
Ayan.
Ang galing.
Ayan.
Ang galing ni Mr.
Galing.
RJ.
But one more time, may bayad na. Okay, sige.
sure.
Okay, very
Siya
good.
pala yung nagturo sa atin. Okay, go VJ Mark. Tuloy-tuloy na tayo.
gusto natin makilala pa si Mr. RJ. So, pakilala naman po kayo, Sir RJ.
Sa mga kabuwisenyo at
Okay.
kabuwisenya po natin
Ako
dyan.
po ay si RJ Ledesma and I very proudly turned 50 this year. So, ibig sabihin niya, nung lumabas yung Royal True Orange 1988, pa yan, 13 years old po ako. So, sa mga tito dyan, kumusta po kayo lahat? Sana malakas pa yung mga tuhod ninyo. Okay? I'm a very proud husband to my wife. Her name is Consul Vanessa Pastor Ledesma. Siya po yung consul ng Montenegro sa Pilipinas. At siya po yung aking co-founder ng Mercato Central. Siya po actually yung presidente ng Mercato Central. Siya po yung boss ko sa kumpanya. At boss ko rin sa buhay.
Wow!
Ayan.
regarding naman po dun sa business nyo na Mercato. So, tama po ba na located siya doon sa Bridgetown?
Bridgetown,
Bridgetown.
Pasig.
Polo.
Antipolo, meron kami sa Tiendesitas, at magkakaroon kami sa iba't ibang location. Pwede nyo bisitahin yung aming Facebook page Mercato Central para malaman kung ano-ano yung mga location dyan. Yung tawag po sa amin ay isang night food market. Sa mga nakakalagay
Yes,
sa inyo,
opo,
di ba? Alam niyo,
opo.
di ba? Ito po ay, yung secret origin nito, naisip namin to nung kami po ay bumibisita sa iba't ibang mga bansa dito sa Asia, di ba? So sa Singapore, alam niyo yung hawker market, kilalang kilala yung mga hawker market dyan, yung Lau Pasat, kung sa Malaysia, sa Thailand, sa Taiwan. At naisip namin ng asawa ko na bakit dyan sa ibang bansa, meron silang mga night market na super popular, pinupuntahan ng mga local, pati mga dayuhan, masarap, malinis yung pagkain,
Yes.
di ba? Pat sa Pilipinas, wala tayong equivalent na mga ganyan, despite the fact that yung mga tao dito mahilig kumain kahit anong oras
Opo.
kahit anong oras,
Opo.
di ba? So sinasabi ko, black hole nga yung mga stomach nila. At marami tayong mga nagtatrabaho sa mga BPO. So ano oras yung kanilang lunchtime?
Gabi.
Mga 11 p.m.,
Apo.
12 midnight. So, kung may pagkakataon sila, would they rather eat fried chicken convenience store from a convenience store, or would they rather eat freshly cooked homemade food? So, sabi namin, dyan nagsimula yung ideya ng Mercato Central. At mamaya konti ikukwento ko kung
Ay,
isang
yes.
sikreto
Yes,
or
opo.
yung mga kung paano nag-iisip yung mga entrepreneur on coming up with sustainable
Opo.
business ideas.
Yes.
O, yan po. So, yan muna yung kwento ng Mercato
Sure,
Central.
sir.
Oo.
So, regarding naman po dun sa bachelor degree nyo, connected po ba siya sa business nyo ngayon?
Oo,
or
oo.
are you employed?
So, I am both an employer and
Yes.
I am also an employee. So ako po ay nagtapos sa De La Salle University, yung aking undergraduate ay Bachelor of Science in Applied Economics and Bachelor of Science in Commerce. Dahil ako ay na-inspire rin sa tatay ko, my late dad, si Consul Ledesma, dahil siya rin po ay isang entrepreneur. So, sinabi niya sa akin yung siya rin pumunta sa La Salle. Sabi niya, alam mo, kumuha ko ng double degree sa Liberal Arts at Commerce kasi sabi ko, magagamit ko yung kahit sa anong klaseng degree. Dahil objective naman niya, nung siya po ay nagtatrabaho na, he first worked for a company, and after working for a company, he put up his own businesses. So, nakita ko sa halimbawa niya, sometimes you have to, work for others to develop the discipline of working
Yes.
for others, then you work for yourself to develop the discipline of working for
Yes.
yourself.
Yes. Apo.
And that's why I chose that degree. And for myself, when I started off working, ako muna ay nagsimula sa isang kumpanya. Ako po yung nagtrabaho sa Procter & Gamble bilang isang brand manager. And then pagkatapos yan, after 2 years, ay umalis ako para kunin yung aking master's. I took my master's in real estate development sa Massachusetts Institute of Technology sa Cambridge, Massachusetts, sa Estados Unidos. Dahil po yung aming negosyo nung time na yan ay real estate development. So I went there first after school. I went there to do I worked for 2 years. I felt it was time to move on. Kumuha ko ng master's. But then, nung master's ko dyan, when I was about to graduate, bahala ko sana magtrabaho sa US. But guess what? It was 2001. Can you imagine what happened in 2001? Sa mga nakakaalala. Anong nangyari? Not just real estate. Anong nangyari dyan? 9/11 happened. So actually, nag-graduate ako 2 linggo bago I graduated 2 weeks after 9/11. So, nangyari dyan, there was almost no available job para sa mga foreigners kahit you were able to take higher education degrees, and also at the same time, medyo sumama na yung takbo ng ekonomiya ng state. So, bumuwi dito para tulungan yung tatay ko para patakbuhin yung negosyo niya. So, I was working for the family's real estate development business. After that one, habang nandito ako, nakita ko na marami akong libreng oras pa. So, I actually produced my own, yung time na yun, I produced my own TV show. Then I had a chance because mahilig ako magsulat. So, aside from doing business in college, active din ako sa creative writing, sa aming school paper, naging Siliman Writers Workshop Fellow ako because I used to write
Yes,
mga short stories. So, naging editor ako ng isang magazine, naging columnista ako. And then, bumalik ako sa first love ko rin ulit na hosting. Kasi nung bata pa ako, sa mga nakakaalala rin dyan, nung sa Channel 4, nung mga 80s, nagkaroon ng TV show si June Keatley, the late June Keatley. Alala niyo si June Keatley, one of the heroes of the EDSA Revolution. She had a show called Children's Hour. So dyan ako nag-host dyan sa Children's Hour nung bata ako. So I went back to hosting as well. So, I also embarked, when I was working for the family business, I also embarked on an entrepreneurial career. Kasi pag naging entrepreneur ka naman, di ba, hindi naman lahat ng puhunan na kinakailangan mo ay galing sa pera. Pwede rin
Yes
punan mo
po.
ay yung laway. Para di ba? O kahit yung laway nyo dito ngayon, tiway lang yung laway nyo dito ngayon. Okay lang, di ba? Pero dyan kayo natututo, di ba? So I gained my skill set over there. So that's what happened to me. I worked for the family business, but at the same time, dahil yung dad ko ay galing entrepreneurship rin at he appreciates na sometimes when you're working, you have to also stretch or find your own path for entrepreneurship. Pinayagan ako mag-host, and eventually over time habang ginagawa ko yung mga iba't ibang negosyo ko, dyan ko nakita yung Mercato Central.
Ay, wow!
Ayan. Alam mo, VJ Mark, ang ganda na ng kwentuhan natin.
Tama,
Mr.
VJ
RJ.
Janet.
At saka
Yes.
syempre, VJ Mark, bago tayo magpatuloy.
Ay, bakit?
Syempre, VJ Mark, magka-coffee break muna
Ayun,
tayo.
nakalimutan
Ayan.
natin.
So, syempre, sa
Oo.
mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenya natin dyan, alam kong nabitin po kayo sa kwentuhan namin with Mr. RJ Ledesma.
Yes.
Kaya naman, mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenya, magbabalik kami muli dito sa Coffee House Chat Behind the Notes. Magka-coffee break lang po muna kami
Yan lang
with
po kayo.
Mr.
Marami
RJ.
pa tayo pagkakwento.
Cash is fleeting, yet spending for experiences lasts a lifetime. We offer visa assistance, ticketing, insurance, and accommodation for your personal and business needs. It was great, no glitches, just arrive tonight, our client said. So do you want to experience that type of fast and secure flight for you and your family? Book yours now with Flight Travel Express. Fly fast with delight.
At nagbabalik po muli ang Coffee House Chat
Behind the Notes. Ayan, mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenyo, ipagpapatuloy na natin yung magandang kwentuhan with Mr. RJ Ledesma.
Yes.
Sir RJ, nabanggit nyo po kanina yung Mercato business nyo. Anong taon po siya nagsimula, yung Mercato
Noong
business?
2010 yan nagsimula.
So,
okay po.
Ikikwento ko lang sana sa inyo kung paano nagsimula yung
Yes,
idea. At the same
opo.
time, kasi ako isang entrepreneur mentor, and I often teach how to find a business that you might find sustainable, pangmatagalan, and scalable. Pwede mong ipalaki at ipalago yung mga negosyo yan. So sa mga nakikinig dito ngayon, di ba, ako po ay isang entrepreneur mentor na natuturo sa negosyo at sa iba't ibang mga programa. And I often tell people, what is the best way to find a business that you want to put up? And the answer to that one is that you have to ask yourself, what problem is your business trying to solve? Kung may isa kang maiuuwi lang na payo sa akin when it comes to putting up business, is asking yourself the question of, what problem is my business trying to solve? Because para sa amin, sa mga entrepreneur, yung problema ay pain point. But pain points are good because pain points are irritations, di ba? Kung ako'y naiirita sa isang bagay at ikaw rin ay naiirita sa isang bagay, kung masasolve ko yung ating iritasyon, dyan ako kikita ng pera. That's how we see it, di ba? So for example, anong pinakamalaking iritasyon natin sa mga taga-Maynila? What's our biggest irritation living here in the city?
traffic.
It's traffic, right? So, what did people do to develop situations to solve the traffic problem? Gumawa sila ng mga ride-hailing apps, di ba? Gumawa sila ng mga directional app, di ba?
Yep.
Ako, nagpatayo na isang night market. Baka iniisip nyo, ba't siya nagpatayo na isang night market? Ano yung kanilang, anong relationship niyan or relevance niyan to putting up to the traffic? Isipin mo, yung first location ko ay nasa Bonifacio Global City. Sa palagay po ninyo, ano yung oras na pinakamahirap o pinakamatraffic sa lahat when you're leaving the city at night? Anong oras?
7 p.m.
Mga 5 to 7 p.m.
Ay, starting, yeah.
Diba? Sa palagay nyo, kailan yung pinakamaraming taong kumakain sa amin noon?
Nang what time po ba?
Oh, of time.
Siguro
Mga
mga
5 to 7 p.m. Bakit?
5 to 7 p.m.
Why do you think? Because it's traffic, right? So you're solving
sabay.
people's irritations when it comes to traffic. So your job as an entrepreneur is to solve other people's irritations. And that's when you know that you're able to grow a business. So kunyari, nung pinatayo ko yung Mercato Central, what pain point was I trying to solve initially, di ba? Yung pain point ko, like for example, nagsimula sa mga taga-BPO, di ba? Yung mga BPO, naghanap ng mga lugar kung saan sila pwedeng kumain sa gabi, that is easily, that's accessible, di ba? And that's where the basic idea of Mercato evolved from, di ba? So, that's how we created the idea of Mercato. Nagsimula siya noong 2010 bilang morning food market, pero na-realize namin nung pinatayo namin bilang sa morning food market, may yung mga tao diyan nagplaplato, ibig sabihin diyan hindi tumataas yung mga foot traffic na mga dumadating diyan pag morning. 'Di ba? So sabi namin, baka kaya kailangan namin gawing gabi dahil sa gabi mas maraming taong pupunta dahil mas maraming foot traffic dahil nandiyan yung mga BPO na nandiyan yung mga But at the start it was very scary kasi hindi pa tested Hindi pa tested yung concept. But again, because we were solving what we felt as an irritation for people, that's when the market started. That's when we went to the night market, that's when we started to grow. We grew bigger, and because of that, when we opened up many locations, and sa awa ng Diyos, we've been able to win also several awards para sa Mercato Central. Kasi para sa amin yung negosyong yan, no, it's not just a business, it's also an advocacy. Bakit siya ay isang advocacy? It's an advocacy because para sa akin, hindi ka lang kumakain dyan, nakakatulong ka pa sa mga merchants dyan, di ba? Because these merchants, you know, some of them isang kahig, isang tuka, or some of them are really, you know, their hearts are into the recipe, at siyempre yung income na nakukuha dyan sa aming merkado ay para sa tuition fee ng mga anak nila, para sa mga day-to-day expenses nila. So every time you're ordering food from the market, you're not just enjoying a great meal, you're also fulfilling the dreams of the people over there. So that's why when you look at Mercato Central, yung tanong mo sa akin off-cam kanina, paano mo nasusustain na despite the fact marami kang kompetensya?
Yes,
Competition is obviously going to always be part of business. That's not a question. So your idea is that you always have to innovate when you do the business. And what exactly is innovation when it comes to doing business? Innovation in business is what we call, what I like to think, you call it your secret sauce. Anong nagagawa mo na hindi kayang gawin ng ibang tao pagdating sa negosyo? So, kunyari, ikaw ay gutom at gusto mong kumain sa isang fried chicken restaurant. Or kunyari, kung kakain ka sa KFC, ba't mo pipiliin yung KFC kaysa sa mga ibang fried chicken restaurant? Anong meron sa KFC na wala sa iba?
Siguro sa nila, sa crispiness or sa...
Sige pa, isa pa.
Pero,
parang klase to, no? Parang klase.
yung gravy nila.
Yung gravy.
Ay, tama. Gravy.
Na-stress si VJ Mark dyan, tumitino sa kanya.
Kasi feel ko, Sir RJ, hindi po siya fan ng KFC. Jollibee po talaga siya.
Ay, that's a fan.
No, but even though, say Jollibee,
Yeah.
so each one has got a different recipe. Let's just, for example lang, if it was a KFC restaurant, you go there for the only gravy, di ba? Inuulam pa yung gravy.
So,
That
yun
means
ang trademark.
not just a trademark, but it has a set of ingredients.
Okay.
It has a proprietary recipe na sila lang nakakaalam. And that's why people go there. So your business always has to develop what we call the secret sauce. Ano yung skill set mo? Ano yung mga sangkap mo na hindi kayang kunin ng ibang tao? Anong skill set ng mga tao mo na hindi pwedeng gayahin ng ibang tao? Your business should have that one because that is where innovation lies. You can solve a problem, you can be innovative, but true innovation means developing yung secret sauce ng inyong negosyo. Sa amin, sa Mercato Central, ano ba yung secret sauce namin? Because na-realize namin na karamihan na nagpapatayo ng mga stall sa amin ay, you know, usually yung skill set nila, magaling silang entrepreneur, may passion sila, wala naman skills. So, nagsasaring negosyo. Or isa naman, gumagawa ng produkto, pero wala naman innovation.
Yes.
So, you have to come in and intervene. So, kami sa Mercato Central, we also put a big premium on mentorship. We have even a Mercato Food Academy kung saan namin tinuturuan sila kung paano magpatayo ng negosyo, kung ano magpatakbo ng kanilang sariling mga negosyo. And that we feel is our secret sauce at the start. Of course, that's number one. The other one is also building strong relationships with your lessors, with the LGUs. So yun po, that's how you have to think about doing business and making it innovative.
Pero kanina, Sir RJ, nabanggit nyo po off-cam din about po dun sa developer business nyo. Ano po ba yung meron doon?
So, nung po ako ay, yung tatay ko po ay nagpatayo ng isang negosyo, na siya po ay real estate developer, and it's always been my dream to be part of the, you know, to go back into the real estate development. Diyan rin po yung aking master's degree. I am a governor of the real estate, of the Subdivision Housing Developers Association. At ngayon po, I'm coming back to support my family real estate development business. And kami ng asawa ko, we're also doing our own real estate projects as well. And I also work together with Filipino Homes, which is the largest real estate sales agency in the country. It's run by a very, very incredible gentleman, very talented and smart individual. His name is Boss Ton Luterio out of Cebu. It's Filipino Homes. And dapat siya mag-guest nyo dito because he's also somebody, he's not only just very inspiring with his story, pero he's also you can see how the power of his faith really propels him to do great job. Because the people I really feel very inspired by the people. It's not just about doing business, but what is this business for? Diba? It's a business which in the end glorifies that who needs to be glorified. Diba? That's really how I feel about it.
Pero po, Sir RJ, syempre, sa tingin naman po talaga natin successful yung naging business nyo po, yung naging patakbo,
patakbo,
diba? Nagkaroon po
success
ba kayo
story.
ng mga challenges po dun sa business
turning point.
nyo? Opo.
Marami naman challenges talaga sa negosyo naman, di ba? But the things what I want to keep on emphasizing to people is that how do you perceive failure in business, di ba? Because failure is part of what we call the growth mentality, di ba? But failure is a stepping stone, di ba? Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, and I've experienced it myself, pag nag-fail ka sa, kunyari sa negosyo, or fail ka sa test, you feel like you failed in life, di ba?
Yes, opo.
You are not your business, you are not your career, you are not your degree, di ba?
Opo.
So you can fail in business, but that doesn't mean that you fail in life.
Yeah.
So what I've learned over years, masakit man, di ba?
Opo.
Because
Yes.
lahat ng po tayo ay tao, is that I realized that the failure is just a way for us to say, okay, it's another way to learn how to do business. In other words, kung pag-isipan mo, parang tuition fee lang yan pag nagkamali ka sa negosyo, di ba?
Yes.
Or like for example, for me, it took me, I applied for nung bata ako, gusto ko mag-apply sa mga Harvard, sa mga
Yung mga-
sa Northwestern, sa Wharton, sa best companies in the world, the best graduate schools in the world. Eh nung apply ako diyan, akala ko kasi maraming extracurricular, maganda yung pinagtatrabuhan ko, makakapasok ako. So I got rejected for all. And all of a sudden, I felt really bad. And then all of a sudden, I applied again, but this time for real estate development, for masters. Diyan ako nakapasok because talaga God said, okay, this is the part that I want you to do. I learned something from there. Sa negosyo, yung Mercato Central, nung pandemya, nagsara sa BGC, di ba? So that was very hard for me to do. But the thing is, your job as the entrepreneur is not to say, oh no, what do I do? Di ba? Your job is to say, what's the newest solution I can do? Di ba? That's why sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, it's always an entrepreneur's job is to keep on finding solutions. So it closed down right now. What's the next thing that we can do? What's the next solution? Because sometimes somebody's pain point is another person's growth point, di ba? Tingnan mo yung mga successful ngayon ng mga entrepreneurs, yung mga lumaking negosyo online dahil nagbibenta sila ng mga beauty products, yung mga makeup products lang
Yes,
sila.
yes.
Yes.
They became so dominant nung pandemya, di ba? Nag-online live selling sila. Ngayon sila multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire
Opo,
because they
ayan.
turned a problem into an opportunity.
Opo.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ayan. So, syempre, ang haba ng kwentuhan talaga natin with Mr. RJ.
Yes.
Ayan, kaya naman sa mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenyo na dyan, magbabalik kami muli dito lamang sa Coffee House Chat Behind Us. Pagpapatuloy po natin ulit yung
Yes.
kwento. Magko-coffee
Diyan lang po
break
kayo.
lang po. Ayan.
At nagbabalik po muli ang
Coffee House Chat Behind the Notes. Ayan, so sa mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenyo natin dyan, alam kong nabitin kayo sa magandang kwentuhan,
Yes,
di ba? Kaya naman, VJ Mark, ipagpatuloy
So,
naman
before natin ituloy yung kwentuhan natin, ang XD10 Company Inc. ay nagbibigay ng mga services pagdating sa taxes, accounting, bookkeeping, legal advisory, meron din kami estate planning. Sa mga comben, which is yung
Yes.
compensation benefits, pag-ibig, PhilHealth, SSS. Meron din tayong Flight Travel Express.
Tama.
Sa mga gustong mag-ibang bansa.
Lalo na ngayong December or bare months, mga
Ah, yes,
kabuwisenyo at
oo.
kabuwisenyo. Kung kailangan nyo ng ticket at mapapadali yung mga trabaho nyo, call XDT and syempre call Flight Travel
And also
Express.
palabigyan nyo yung mga natitinda sa mga merkato na yung mga gusto mag-register para hindi na mahirapan sa DTI, LGU, or sa mga City Hall. Nandiyan ang XDT para tulungan kayo.
Yes, ayan.
Yes.
So, syempre, go, tuloy na natin to,
So,
VJ Mark.
yung kwentuhan natin with si Sir RJ, nakakatuwa yung interaction natin. And also, baka pwede natin makuha na siya ng key takeaways
Yes.
sa mga manonood natin.
Apa.
Yeah. So, unang-una sa lahat, di ba? Because we're here on TV Marie and Coffee House Talk,
Apa.
I want to share a bit more about my own spiritual life, as flawed as it may be.
Yes,
And I'm not
apa.
saying I'm the best example for it out there. The more that you pray, the more that you figure things out. And I
Yes,
figured out,
apa.
di ba? Nung hindi ko maintindihan noon, di ba? If you go to the third joyful mystery, which is the nativity, di ba?
Apo.
Di ba? What is the prayer that you ask for from the Holy Spirit there? You ask for poverty of spirit. Hindi ko maintindihan kung ano ibig sabihin ng poverty of spirit, di ba? But when you think about poverty of spirit, it just means that you keep on longing for God because you don't have enough. Eh? You think that you are not enough, and that's why you need. And that's one of the things that constantly you try to do. And the other thing I also learned very recently, it's just, it's always serendipitous. I was listening here this morning on sa IG feed ko. Diba Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little flower, diba? She said, "What's my shortcut to becoming a saint?" Then she said, and one of the things that she said was that, she kept on falling asleep, diba? She tried to pray every time, but she kept on falling asleep every time she tried to pray. Diba? But she said, but that's your shortcut to God. The idea is that you keep on showing up for prayer, even if you don't feel like showing up for prayer. And that's one of the biggest gifts that I've realized that I've gotten over the years, is that you have to keep on showing up for prayer. You have to keep on showing up even if you feel unworthy of showing up, even if you feel too tired of showing up, that you do show up for prayer over there. So like, for my own life, I think what is very important sa formative years ko, to becoming really somebody who has poverty of spirit, is seeing yung halimbawa po ng aking mga magulang.
Apo.
My dad, before he passed away, he was a very, he was a human being. He had his own flaws, but I could see how there was a longing for God in his life. Alam mo yan, pag 5 o'clock, alis na yung sa trabaho ko, anong gagawin niya? Kasi magsisimba yan araw-araw eh.
Apo.
And then, my dad always, every day, he always had in his pocket, he always had a rosary. Ito po yung turo po sa amin na, I'm sure in my school, sa Lasal, pati sa ibang schools, they teach that. But for me, always carry a rosary in your pocket. Pero dapat yung rosary, ginagamit yung rosary ninyo, no?
Hindi lang po
Hindi lang ganyan.
binubulsa.
So, but then, my dad was a daily mass goer. He was a Eucharistic minister. He was president of the parish council, and you could see the religiosity in him, and and also my mom is a daily mass. My mom's also a daily mass goer here as well, and they're both very active in the church. They were active in Couples for Christ, and I remember that my mom telling me that when my grandfather passed away, it really deeply affected my dad. And what that did to him was that brought him closer to God and his faith. And he would go to church. I think that's what made him, really start going to church every day and longing for that, having that poverty of spirit. And for me, my dad recently passed away. And for me, that was a big revelation, big change for my life, because he was such a strong figure for us. And I think because of his passing, God works in mysterious ways. And for me, that's how God works. Sometimes tragedy brings out the faith, but that's really how it works, diba? That's how it works, and that's I think what happened for me. One of the, I'm also very active. I think if it was not for the great example of my parents, hindi ko magiging active bilang altar boy, bilang commentator sa mass, bilang lector, naging hanggang ngayon Eucharistic minister nga ako dito ngayon. So I'm very active there as well. And then nung pandemya, that's where I really learned na yung rosary hindi pang decorate lang sa kotse, nilalagay dyan, di ba? I started praying the rosary every day until it became a habit na I can't sleep. I can't sleep until I pray my rosary. Then every day when I wake up in the morning, I have the Hallow app. So for those doing the Hallow app's been really great for me. So I start the day with the Hallow app, and then while I'm working out, I have it here. So parang your shortcuts to faith, diba?
Yes.
Kung may shortcuts to faith, and those are the ones that helped me out. And then when my dad passed away, he was a man of the Sacred Heart. So, diba, every first Friday of the month you attend, diba? But then every Friday, he is the lector for the mass. Sabi niya, akin yan. So I said, ako na yan. I'll take over my dad's place there. So I've been doing that one as well, and I'm also very active. Me and my wife joined Couples for Christ. We're part of the Power Mornings by Brother Bo Sanchez. It's called the Feast, diba? But there's one for Business Melt called Power Mornings. I'm part of another group also called Magis Deo. for my relationship with my wife. So there are many groups you continue to participate in, and
Yes,
you can find many ways for you to be able to grow your faith.
Ayan. So, syempre, Sir RJ, baka meron po kayong contact details para po or FB page po.
Oh.
Pwede nyo pong sabihin sa mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenyo
Ayan, so
po
maraming
natin.
salamat. Unang-una sa lahat, please follow me on my social media accounts. Yan po, RJ Ledesma sa Facebook. May public, may private account ako dyan. Please follow both. RJ Ledesma on Instagram, RJ Ledesma on Twitter, and RJ Ledesma also on Twitter and on LinkedIn. Please follow as well. I also have my website, www.rjledesma.com. Sa gustong mga matuto sa negosyo, you can also follow RJ Ledesma Podcast. You can find that on Facebook, on Spotify, and on Apple and Google Podcasts. At the same time, kung gusto niyo naman sumali sa Mercato Central,
Yes.
balak niyo maging next big food entrepreneur, please visit my website. Please visit our Facebook page, which is Mercato Central. And I would like to request all of you, please continue to pray for me as I will continue to pray for you. I'm sure sasabihin nila sa akin, what is your favorite Bible verse or what prayer would you like to share with everybody else? Ito po yung prayer na tinuro sa akin ni St. John, mga Lasal brothers, ni St. John Baptist de La Salle. It's the same prayer na tinuro sa mga brothers at tinuturo sa lahat ng mga estudyante ng Lasal. The prayer is, I will continue, oh my God, to do all my actions for the love of you. And last but not the least, I think it's very important, ito po ay tinatawag na maxim. Ito po yung saying ni St. La Salle para sa mga sa kanyang mga brothers, pati sa mga komunidad niya, especially for the faithful. It is this one: union in community is a precious gem. When that is lost, all is lost. Ayan po, so maraming salamat ulit sa
Ayan.
po ng TV Maria. Maraming
Yes.
salamat po.
Thank you so much po, Mr. RJ Ledesma. Ayan, sa mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenya natin dyan, maraming salamat po sa patuloy pa rin na pag-aantabay dito namin at pagsuporta dito sa TV Maria. Kaya naman maraming salamat po sa TV Maria. At syempre, huwag niyo pong kalimutan i-follow, i-like, at i-subscribe po yung YouTube channel nila. Ganun na rin po sa XDT and Company, Fly Travel Express, Coach Ayet, Prof. Sai, at syempre, A&A Consulting. Kaya naman sa mga kabuwisenyo at kabuwisenyo dyan, abangan nyo pa rin po kami sa mga susunod na episode namin dito sa TV Maria. Kaya naman, I'm your VJ Shannon.
I'm your VJ Mark.
At ito ang Coffee House Chat Behind the Notes. Leading with purpose, guided by values. Ayan.